Lions win again. 10 wins, baby. 10-4. 4-0 in the division. Essentially knocked Minnesota out of the playoffs and knocked San Francisco out of the playoffs. Well, obviously Seattle had a little part of that, but the NFC race is getting pretty thin. There's only 3 teams that are really in the race. You know, obviously it's the loser of the NFC East, North, and West. Those are the 3 teams that are in it. But as long as the Lions win Sunday, it clinched a playoff spot. And at this point, it would probably be the 6th because both Seattle and Arizona would hold the tiebreaker over Detroit. So we got to win the division or the 6th seed if we make the playoffs. But at this point, I mean, it'd be a colossal meltdown for the Lions to lose either this week, more likely this week. But the good thing is, with Green Bay losing last week, that means that this game Sunday isn't as important. Obviously, before, if Green Bay would have won yesterday, then we would have had to win this one to have a chance at the division. But since they lost, it kind of gives us a buffer. Obviously, it would be better to win against Chicago, but at least it's not the end of the world if we do end up losing. So back to yesterday's game. Of course, Lions win, like I said, 16-14. I had predicted, I think, 38-7. I was pretty close. You know, if the Lions would have scored another 22 points, I was right there. I mean, if you think about it, I really was only 3 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion away. So if you think about it, I was pretty good at my picks there. But I don't know what happened. There was a lot of nothing offense was back yesterday. They couldn't get a first down to the second quarter. Calvin didn't have a target until the second quarter. It was just it's just one of those games. We've had how many of those this year where we give up a lot of points at the beginning, the defense makes adjustments and completely shuts down the other team, and the Lions end up winning in the end. And that's what happened yesterday. I mean, there's really nothing that you could say, oh, at least on offense. I mean, we ran the ball well for us. We still only ran it for, I think, 80 yards, which for us is a normal day at the office, but is bottom 5 in the league. But it was effective. I think Bell ran for over 4 yards a carry, which was, you know, right where we need him to be. So maybe we need to get him some more carries. I've said many times before that balance isn't needed, but if your running back is rushing for over 4, then you rush until they stop it, in my opinion, and then that'll open up the offense, hopefully a little bit. I still would rather pass to open up the run, but the good thing is once it gets into the cold, and we'll see these next 2 weeks, teams that succeed in the cold in end of January or end of December and into January are teams that can run the ball and teams that can play defense. And the Lions have the number 2 defense, and Bell running for over 4 yards a carry. It bodes well for him going into the playoffs. Like I said, the big thing, defensive adjustments, man. Bridgewater looked like a Hall of Famer those first couple drives. He was able to do whatever he wanted, just dinking and dunking all the way down the field. Guys running wide open. And then just like in the prior games, it just was like, woof. Like the clamp came down, and Minnesota was unable to do anything on offense. Granted, they had a couple drives where they got into field goal range, but Blair Walsh was 0 for 3, which really it's 0 for 2. It's kind of bullshit on his side to be able to have a missed field goal at the end there when it was a 68-yarder, but it still counts as a field goal. He went 0 for 3, and that was the deciding factor. You win by 2 and the other team goes 0 for 3 at field goals. Not a rocket scientist to figure out what the difference in the game was. You had to have, as a Lions fan, when Blair Walsh came out onto the field at the end of the game, regardless of how long the field goal was, you had to have been there like, shit. I've seen this story before, and I know how it ends. And if you're not, then I guess you're a different fan than me. But after we got the ball back, I'm like, sweet, we got the ball back. We're gonna win. We're gonna hold the ball for, well, I think it was like 3.5 minutes. You only get 1 first down and have her kick the ball back, and I'm like, fuck. And then Blair Walsh comes out. I don't care that it was 68. I don't care if it was an 80-yard field goal. I was like, this thing's gonna go in, and we're gonna lose, and it's gonna be NFL record and all that. And that's just from years of being a Lions fan and seeing every way to lose, between giving up a shitload of points in the fourth quarter to a pick six to end the game to an onside kick. You know, we've seen everything. If you thought when he came out 100% that he was going to miss that field goal, then I guess you're a bigger man than me, because I was fucking scared shitless when he came out there, because I could have just seen it now, man, all week. Blair Walsh sets the NFL record 68-yard field goal, knocking Detroit possibly out of the playoffs. I mean, you telling me you didn't see that coming, or even a fake? Can you imagine that? They would have faked it and just like walked into the end zone. Yeah, that last play was fucking nerve-wracking. Hey, none of that matters, man. Win is a win. You don't apologize for a win. It doesn't matter how it happens. Seattle didn't apologize for a win a few years ago when on the Fail Mary. So you don't apologize for a win. They made it happen. 10-4, number one in the division, 2 seed currently in the NFC. It feels great. As a Lions fan, if you want to nitpick and this team's just going to lose, we've seen it all before, you know, why are you buying in? You know what? This is my opinion. This is football. This is entertainment. This is, whether it's entertainment for you or it's a way to release from the real world, either way, we watch it to have fun. So what is the fun of it if you're going to sit there for 3 hours a week or more? Because most of those guys sit on Twitter, sit on Facebook, and troll people that, like me, who are optimists. But I don't understand that mentality to just immediately just think, oh, the Lions are going to lose, Lions are going to blow it, same old Lions. All that. Why? If you're truly a Lions, I'm not saying you're not a Lions fan if you believe that. I'm just saying, in my opinion, to be a fan of a team, because you really have nothing invested other than emotion. I mean, unless you go to all the games and you bet on football or whatever, but otherwise, as a fan only, you have nothing invested in the team other than emotion. So why not just be happy? Why not go into it thinking, yeah, we're going to win. Yeah, we're going to win this. Yeah, we're going to go far in the playoffs. It's just football. It's not real life. It's not like we're sitting here watching Congress vote on our bills that are coming down. Then I could see you getting upset. But this is football. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be entertainment. We won the game. That's all that matters. 10-4. Leave it to the coaches to deal with. Okay, we need to fix this. We need to fix that. You know, just enjoy it and look at. You can be an armchair quarterback like we do. You know, like I'm doing, and say, okay, they need to fix this. They need to run more. Do that. I get that, but to just come out completely and just say, Lions, same old Lions. Oh, they only won by 2. Oh, bad team. If anyone is saying same old Lions, what are you saying same old Lions to? Same old Lions going 10-4 with a chance to win the division. Same old Lions with beating Green Bay. Same old Lions win a close game when they gave the other team the ball at the 50-yard line with over 3 minutes to go. And then still winning the game. What does the same old Lions do? They won the game in a game they shouldn't have won. Same old Lions is the opposite. Losing games that they should have won. That is the same old Lions motto, is losing games you should win. We won a game yesterday we had no business winning. How many of those have we had this year? New Orleans, Atlanta. I don't count the Miami one because we were winning pretty much that whole game, so I'm not counting that one. New Orleans, like I said, Atlanta, and now this one. Games that we had more than likely had no business losing, because not only were we losing the whole game, but even after we took the lead at the end, like I said, we gave them the ball at like the 50-yard line with over 3 minutes to go. All they needed to do was get like 15 yards, and they were in field goal range. That would have been same old Lions if we would have lost like that. But the fact is we won, so how is that same old Lions again? Please explain that to me. I'm just fucking, if you can't tell, I'm just happy. Lions won a game, 10-4. By miracle, if Tampa beats Green Bay this Sunday and the Lions win, we could win the division and have next week not even matter. We would clinch the division if we would win Sunday. We clinch the division if Green Bay loses. Wrap your head around that. That means we could go to Green Bay and have it almost mean nothing other than possible seeding, whether a 2 or 3 seed. Damn right I'm going to be happy about that. That's awesome. We're Lions. I mean, this is the team that even I said that we were going to suck this year. I had no faith in Caldwell. I had no faith in Golden Tate. I was completely wrong in April, and now I'm, 100%, 180. I mean, we have a chance to do something special. And if you don't like that, if you think I'm wrong, I mean, that's obviously your opinion. That's cool. We're all Lions fans. We're all family. But I choose to be on the opposite side and say, hey, why not us? Why not Detroit? We have the defense to stop anyone. We have the talent on offense. It hasn't really come through. But lesser talented teams have been able to catch fire in the playoffs. And hopefully Fairley should be back soon. So that should help the defense even more. I don't know. I'm very happy. It's going to be a fun week. I'm headed on vacation on Friday. Headed up back home to Michigan. And I'm going to be at the game next week against the Packers. So I'm extra giddy this week, guys. But like I said, this week we got Chicago. They played tonight. They are 5-8 right now, and a complete dumpster fire. Like, think the Michigan Wolverines on basketball or football. That's the Chicago Bears. Brandon Marshall's out for the season. You got coaches calling out Cutler and then crying in front of the team. I mean, that is just a complete disaster. And I don't see any of those guys coming back. My early prediction on December 15th, 2014, I think it's a clean sweep in Chicago. I think Trestman's gone. I think the whole coaching staff's gone. I think Cutler's gone. I think Marshall's gone. I think Briggs, Tillman are gone. I think Allen is gone. All the fucking guys that are, possibly Forte. Like, I don't know the contracts. Obviously, if there's contract things where they can't get it done or where it would cost too much, then they're not going to get rid of them. But more than likely, a lot of those guys are gone. And Cutler probably will make it just because they just re-signed him. So they'd take I know for sure that would take a huge pay cut or a huge cap cut. But if it wasn't for salary cap reasons, you know for sure that all those fucking guys would be gone and they'd be starting all over. And again, I would just like to thank Chicago. Firing Lovie Smith was probably the best decision you ever made. 10-6 and going to the playoffs every year, that was unacceptable. That was unacceptable by Chicago. You couldn't put up with that kind of performances, and Trestman was the perfect man for the job. So, again, I said it before, but I have so much gratitude towards Chicago and that organization for everything that they've done. I'm so happy with Chicago right now. But obviously there'll be a video up. I think I'm gonna do it Thursday because obviously, like I said, I'm leaving on Friday and I'll be gone. It's gonna take me a couple days, so I'm not even gonna get into Michigan until Saturday night. I'm not gonna want to do it Saturday. So, video will be up Thursday. But as far as the NFC North, it's looking like right now Detroit's 10-4, 4-0 in the division. Green Bay 10-4, 4-1 in the division. Minnesota 6-8, 0-4 in the division, and then Chicago, like I said, is 5-8 and 1-3 in the division. It's setting up for us, guys. This might be the year. Even if we just win one playoff game, obviously it would still be But I was 4 years old when they won that playoff game in '91. I don't remember that. And another stat that I saw, this is the 9th time the Lions have won 10 games in a season. Ever, like since 1934, since they moved to Detroit. This is the 9th 10-win season for Green Bay since 2002. Oof. So enjoy it. Everyone, if you're watching this, you know our history. You know how bad we've been. Just enjoy the ride. Let the off season. You have so much time in the off season to nitpick. Oh, we should have done this. Should have done that. Should have played this guy. Oh, we knew this was going to happen. All you guys can come out. But for right now, just enjoy the win. Our team is doing good. 10-4, baby. 10-4 with 2 games to go. And one almost being a lock with Chicago. At worst, we should be 11-5. How awesome is that? You got to love it. So that's it for me. Go Lions. And I'll hit you guys up on Thursday.